there's no harm in making human conversation. I think this is something people are very calculated now. Everything needs an end result. I'll talk to this girl because I want to get her number because, I want to take her out and then I want to sleep with her. I want a relationship with her. No, I mean, there's no harm in just having a human conversation with someone everywhere you go. I mean, it makes them happy. It makes you happy. I think these kind of interactions are the building blocks to making a better world, in my opinion. But let's say you do want, you are interested in someone. You do see a woman that, that you might want to say hi to and just, be friendly, see what happens. I would just walk up to her, smile, right? You don't want to be like very like somber, like, hey, smile, just say, excuse me. That's, again, I almost feel like I'm in kindergarten, but the first rule really needs to be just excuse me. See if she even has a moment to talk to you. Then at that point, you might want to just ask her a quick question or make an observation about her or your environment. It depends on the settings, which we'll get to in a moment. Understand that, she might not be willing to talk to you, or maybe she doesn't have time. I mean, guys, there are so many factors here. We're all out here, 6-7 billion people trying to live our lives as best we can. I mean, everyone's busy. Everyone has friends and family and routines and habits that we talked about and jobs. And who's sitting around waiting, to be approached as a man or a woman? Maybe she doesn't have time. Maybe she's about to run to the gym. Maybe she finds men who approach her creepy. Everyone is different. There's any number of reasons why she might not be willing to have a conversation with you. But excuse me. Excuse me. That's excuse me. And quick question, observation, and just have a human conversation. I mean, in terms of where you can go, I don't think you should be having these conversations with people at a bar or a club where everyone is too drunk and, men and women are both expecting to get hit on, or conversations like, hey, do you like this place? Yeah, cool. Do you want to dance? No. Oh, okay, bye. Like these are not organic conversations that will, fill you up with dopamine and good feelings. You should feel free to start a conversation with a woman or man wherever you find yourself during the day. The gym, the supermarket, the bookstore, the cafe by your office where you eat lunch. Don't go into these places with the exclusive focus that you're going to talk to a woman. That's a lot of men out here are very, single-mindedly, like have tunnel vision when it comes to these things. But you should just kind of, wherever you find yourself, if you see someone that you want to talk to, just have the confidence and the healthy mindset to have a conversation, without an end goal, without I have to ask for her number. I have to, form a connection. Like, no, just have a very honest, open conversation. And if there's chemistry, whatever the case may be, you can certainly look to continue that. Let's say you happen to be in the produce section of a supermarket and you're buying kale. And guys, kale is tough to find. I eat kale all the time. And when you're in that produce section, you got the lettuce, you got the colored greens, you got the mustard greens, you got the spinach. It all looks the same to me. I mean, if you're trying to dig for kale in the produce section, there's a woman, who's standing next to you, who's, attractive, who's giving off confidence, who you might want to just say hello to. There'd be nothing wrong if she's picking out some collard greens. Smile, introduce yourself. Maybe ask her. Are you planning how are you planning to make those collard greens? I mean, there's guys there's no like steps 1, 2, 3, but it's just having organic conversation wherever you might be. Like let's say you're in a Barnes and Noble or the library. I mean, I love the library, but let's say you're at a bookstore, an independent bookstore. Let's support our independent bookstores out here. You're looking for a birthday gift for your brother or sister in the science fiction section, and there's a beautiful girl that enters your peripheral vision, and she's holding a copy of the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. All you have to do is smile at her, make some eye contact, and say something like, "Oh my gosh, that's one of my favorites. Have you read this other book by that same author or whatever?" You have absolutely nothing to lose. Everything, guys, and this is a recurring theme I want to get across in Nervous Habits. Everything is a learning experience. And even if you strike out and you walk away from that, the woman will likely walk away respecting that you tried. Because it's not easy to approach someone cold. The worst thing you could do is do absolutely nothing at all. And you're going to spend the rest of your day fantasizing about your relationship from the mysterious girl at the bookstore, while you're swiping Tinder on the toilet, or maybe you'll go on Craigslist, guys. You'll be on like missed connections on Craigslist, posting about the person on the subway that you guys were making like googly eyes at each other. The Wayne Gretzky, Michael Scott quote comes to mind. You miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. And another thing, I'm not a woman, like I don't have the female perspective, but having sisters and having female friends, I do hear this a lot. Most women aren't used to guys approaching them during the daytime. If a girl's is going to a bar, sure, she's gonna have every guy in town coming up to her with the same pathetic lines and a glass of liquid courage for moral support. But it takes real courage to talk to another person during the daytime. To actually step outside your comfort zone, look someone in the eyes and say, hi, I'm Andrew from Worcester. Hi, I'm Marissa from Instagram. Like, it's not easy to do. And more often than not, I think people are going to respect you. And I haven't even talked about what it's going to do to you, like confidence-wise, like having the courage to have initiated that conversation. And I talked about in episode 3, the fact that I think those relationships, those interactions tend to form more salient connections than those that you make swiping on a screen. Because remember, okay, if it's Friday night and your date's on Saturday, it's going to be tough to flake on someone when you have that smile and that laugh and that like all that swirling in your head. That's a person. That's not an abstract image that you can just close out, put your phone in your drawer, and never think of again. So I think it's really imperative for us to kind of get back to that way of connecting with each other.